Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody? Hope everybody is having a great day today on this beautiful Wednesday, Thursday. Fucking Thursday now. Let's go back to here. Let's do this. Yoop. Trying to take apart my little bottle here, but I have to push these tabs in, so I have to get some sort of. Well, we got this one. Much better, much better. I wonder if my heart rate will work. I don't see any app updates. Maybe I'll just update everything. Maybe there's something connectivity wise. We got device policy, Google Home, Google.
I think it's in marathon the most important thing to do right after the World Championship.
This looks cool. It looks like a gravel race.
The lessons are here about managing your bad spots and then
That's
not
cool.
getting too carried away when you're having a good moment, because you're going to be humbled again at some point.
All we can control is the now, how we race, where we end up, and I would say that's more than enough to think about.
Every year cards are freshly shuffled and you don't know really how good the other teams are.
You can be the strongest team on paper and actually you don't win the race, or vice versa.
Everything you've done up until this point now must continue. You are here, you have done all of the work.
It became like the Tour de France of mountain biking.
Marco Jabir, here we go, stage 4, time to dance one more time here around the Tall Monument. This could be your day.
Yeah, well, look forward to
Janina, good morning. Tell us, Rosa, hot yesterday.
Welcome to Fairview Wine and Cheese Farm and the Race Village. Once again, preparing for a monumental stage. It is stage 4, day 5 of the 2025 APSA Cape Epic. We're halfway through this incredible untamed African mountain bike race, the journey to Lawrenceford Wine Estate on a Sunday. 750 teams began with a 26 kilometer
Nope, still not working.
in Mirandale
So
on
looks
Sunday.
like we're gonna have to
62 kilometers are under the belt. We're not even halfway in terms of distance, but certainly those riders are feeling the effects of some brutal days on the bike. Good morning and welcome to it. Good morning to Benno Willett. How are you feeling after 4 days?
I'm feeling very well, I must say. So much excitement happening out there. Another great stage ahead of us. We most likely had the hottest stage yesterday. Everyone made it through, and today another spectacular stage in front of us with lots and lots of single track to come.
Really looking forward to the racing today. Now, just a notice about what happened yesterday. Extreme heat did see the race stopped at 2:36 in the afternoon, and as a result, riders who passed water point 3 but did not finish received an additional 80 minutes to their water point 3 time and could proceed to the finish. Riders who got to Ridgeback but with no further splits received an additional 3.5 hours to their Ridgeback time, the time they reached that point. And then they could continue today. And those who withdrew before that time, in other words, of their own volition, they are now out of the race, the official race. So brutal stage 3. Some numerous riders pulling out as a result of those conditions. But at the sharp end of the race, the racing is white hot because there's just 43 seconds between the top 2 teams in this race. The superb Scott Stram MTB Racing pair of Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo, and yesterday's stage winners Willia Vittoria, Luca Braido and Simone Avadetto. Just 43 seconds separating those 2 teams as they head out on today's stage. 80 kilometers. It's going to be fast and furious with, as Benno has said, a single track laden day, as it was yesterday as they explore more and more of these PAL trails, Hero Legacy trails around the Drakenstein municipality on a day that is likely to be a lot less hot than it was yesterday. More forgiving today. By all accounts, it certainly won't be, I think, getting into those mid-40-degree temperatures today. So 30 seconds to the start of our elite men. Schurter and Colombo defending those yellow jerseys. Alongside them in the red, what a day they had on stage 3. Marco Hubert and Tristan Norkier, the South African jersey wearers, in 3rd place overall, 9 minutes and 49 seconds down. 10 seconds to the off of stage number 4 here at Fairview. The gun for the start of stage 4 of the 21st Absa Cape Epic, and they power off the line. It's bumpy and grassy, but everyone trying to get traction and get into that corner first. And the red jersey is already quite prominent there. I did notice the Belgian champion.
Look at these guys. These guys are fucking
Dust
serious.
is going to feature today, and it is going to be fast and furious, particularly the first sort of 10 kilometers, Benno.
Yeah, the first 10 kilometers are quite flat, but a lot of single track, a lot of left rides. You want to position yourself in a good spot. Again, everyone is so close together. From the heat yesterday, it's still going to be dusty. It's going to be slippery in those corners. You want to make sure that your partner is nearby. You're not going to lose yourself out of eye. And it's going to be, yeah, from the get-go, you can see like they going off high speed into some flat sections, but then there's a lot of 90-degree corners where you come down, turn left, turn right, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be like a elastic band going up and down.
And you want to be, as is where Tristan Norkier and Marco Hubert are here, Wout Alleman and those guys on the front, because those corners come sharply. There's dust, there's sand, there's soft sand. You can get caught up in that, and the next thing you sit, you either sit on your backside or you have stopped dead in that sand. Look at Mark Pritchett on the right there, trying to make up ground there.
Yeah, you see the loose sand there in the corner or on the side, and it comes up so quickly, especially when you sit in the cloud. You don't know exactly where the best line is. So the farther forward you are, the more you have vision, the more choices you can make. So definitely important to be right there at the front.
So our race village, it is all about recovery after yesterday's day. Yes, the elite men and women started earlier than the amateurs, so they perhaps escaped the real heat of the day, but still it was very, very warm as they all came in here, and they are going at the very highest intensity. So this is how it all unfolds. Schurter and Colombo, 43 seconds. What a race we've got on our hands here. The debutants, Avendetto and Braido from Italy, are making a huge splash here. Already 2 stage wins to their name. What a day for Marco Hubert and Tristan Norkier yesterday. Very nearly won the stage. They had a bold attempt. They came charging through in the last couple of kilometers, but couldn't quite sustain the pace. Poro and Stutzman continue to improve. Clementizia Aubert, they moved up 5 places yesterday after a really good stage. Topado, Singer, Fabian Ravensteiner, Marco and Mark Decima, Steve John are going well. And Wout Alleman and Martin Stosek took the King of the Mountains yesterday, the Buff Mega pair. They're getting stronger as well as the week progresses. Very good day for Mark Pritzel and Wessel Boerter, the second team in the red jersey, the race for the red jersey, moved up 4 places yesterday. Not so good for the Lucas Baumgau-Gega combination. Beer Leard Speed Company lost big time yesterday. 5 places they dropped in the general classification standings, and BH Colombo lost time as well. Matthew Beers and Keegan Swenson, 23 minutes down. Outright Toyota, the biggest losers on yesterday's stage. They dropped 6 places yesterday, and they are in there fighting for survival and perhaps stage wins later on in the race. You cannot think that the 23 minutes can be made up over the next 4 days, but it is a strange old race, this. They are alongside the main artery that runs from Cape Town all the way up to the top of the country at Polokwane. The National Road, the N1, is right alongside them here, and they are heading away from the sun for the time being, and perfect illustration of the conditions they've got there. And as a result, you can see sort of there's a bit of space here. Riders are prepared to give a bit of space because they know how treacherous it can be here.
Yeah, definitely everyone is trying to get to the front here. It's a big pile. Like, can you imagine riding there in like 20 or farther down position that you can't see anything, and then also your lungs, they pick up all this stuff, and it's not going to be good for you. Again, it stretches out. You try to find the fastest line, stay out of trouble, and this is going to be for at least the first 10 kilometers. It's all the same thing.
It is indeed so. We have a look at the second group on the start line. It is the elite amateur men who will be going out there, and the Xaro jerseys on the shoulders of Leandro Jordan and Damon Tablanche. The white jerseys, the leaders in the amateur men. Avelo Racing, Marcus Nicolai and Lucas Koller. They've got 25 minutes on fellow Germans, Niklas Ranke and Hans-Jürgen Jurczek. So the racing on there, the blue jerseys are in there, our Masters and Grandmaster leaders as well. The Masters leaders are Pavel Gonda and Tobias Luthi. They have a 440 on the Craig Uriah and Charlie McFall. And our Grandmasters leaders, Yvonne Zugasti and Kara Argad in maroon, those Mulberry jerseys. They're 26 minutes ahead of Robson, and Udo Bolt's racing here is also going to be red hot, as it has been throughout this race. The sharp end of all these categories, really, really competitive, and you wouldn't want it any other way today. You mentioned the dust, Benno, and you've been in the belly of the beast, so to speak, with these teams at the end of days like this. What do the riders do? I mean, is there anything they can do to try and mitigate the effects of having the dust in their lungs?
Yeah, no, it's also part of the recovery. So as soon as they get back to their accommodation, you try to have the nebulizer on your face. It's just like clearing out your nose, your lungs, all of those things. And also just some nose sprays, just some salty water. Sometimes it helps just to get it all out, and you have to do it every single day. Like you cannot underestimate it. And if you start it too late, it's also for infections and all those kind of things. So you really need to do that from the first day onwards to kind of like get the best benefits from it.
So the elite men's batch here, this is one of those turns here, just taken with a degree of caution, sandy and loose it is. Everyone getting around there safely, and this bunch still all together. And the yellow jerseys are positioned quite far back in that bunch there. The red jerseys are prominent there. The Belgian jerseys there. I think I can see the German champions jersey there. Andreas Servold, very much. So, yeah, I mean, today you could see some of those teams that are way off the pace having a dip at a stage win here. This is getting to that stage of the race where, you know what, we're not going to win the GC, but we're 25-30 minutes down. Let's have a go at winning a stage.
Yeah, definitely. Those teams, they know getting into the GC classification, getting onto the podium there, it's not possible or very rare that you can make up anything more than 10 to 20 minutes. It's you want to go for the stage win. I think in Buko, Marco and Tristan, they got the confirmation yesterday that they actually belong next to Nino or next to Filippo they really know that they have what it takes to give those guys a go. And I do believe that those guys today, they have a good game plan. They know the area very, very well. So I wouldn't be surprised that those guys are going to make it back onto the podium again. Maybe their tactics is a little bit better than yesterday. They got so close to the finish. I mean, 3 kilometers before the finish, they did try to get away. But again, sprinting out on Nina Schurter or Luca Braidot is not an easy target, and definitely not for 3 kilometers. So anyway, they rode so well yesterday. I expect a lot from them today. Nino, Filippo, they're going to keep the bunch in around them. Of course, Luca and Simone, they're the biggest competitors with only 43 seconds behind. So that's nothing. That is like, wrong position in the bunch or a small little mechanical, and that lead is out the window quite quickly. So that's definitely the ones they watch the most. And then, there's the other teams, like you mentioned, the ones that haven't been in front of the race, they haven't been on camera, whatever it is, they want to win. Everyone wants to win a stage here at the Absa Cape Epic. That is, one of the biggest goals for, I would say, almost half of the field here.
Absolutely. You want to get onto the podium at some stage during the week here. Make your trip worthwhile. Albeit Speed Company lost big time yesterday. We know that's how they ride. They go all out there. Yeah, I mean, and the efforts of yesterday would have had an effect on all of these riders. So some might be saying, you know what, today 80 Ks, let's just get through today. Keep it safe, keep it sound. We've got the Queen stage tomorrow and 2 big stages at Lawrenceford. Plenty of time to chase and defend our GC positions. Talking about defending general classification positions, our Aramex UCI women's group about to depart, and the race leaders in those orange jerseys. The big talking point will be Annika Langfeld, who had a nasty fall. She had one light fall and then really one quite heavy fall on the berm on the top of the mountain there, and how she's recovered here today.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how she recovered from that yesterday, not just physically, also mentally. Again, we're going into a lot of single tracks, the same stuff as we saw yesterday. She was struggling a little bit with loose front end, wiping out, and it is tricky. It is, again, lots of powder on the trails, lots of single tracks. In the morning, the sun is going to come out. It's a bit more overcast than it was yesterday, but you do have to stay very, very careful out there. And also the other teams, they saw that that's maybe some sections where they can make time. The sprints for the single tracks today will be very, very feisty again. I can see that coming up quite early in the race, and then again the physical part. See how she recovered from that crash.
Yeah, nasty fall on her right side from the top of a berm, and well, she dug deep, and she is incredibly strong and determined, and riding off no problem at the moment with Sofia Gomez-Villafan, the Toyota Specialized team. They have a 13-minute and 59-second lead over Vera Lossa and Alexis Skada. Yeah, to be fair, Annika Langfeld in a post-stage interview did admit to being rusty. She said it's one of the hardest stages she's had on the Absa Cape Epic, certainly the hardest this year. And she said, I've not ridden my mountain bike too much over the last 5 years, so I'm getting back into it, and the technical stuff is going to take a while to settle into. They're rolling off now. The big winners yesterday in the women's race, 2 teams, Haley Breen and Bianca Horf, Titan Racing SC Honeycomb, onto the podium yesterday and onto the general classification podium as well. Another fantastic day by this combination of young South Africans. And Topara Kende FSA women, Katarzyna Sosna-Pinele and Claudia Peretti find themselves 39 minutes down. But Lossa and Skada, 14 minutes, give or take a second. And they hung with Langville and Gomez-Villafan yesterday, perhaps sensing or thinking or hoping that there might be a chink in the armor of the Toyota Specialized team, but it didn't prove that way. And so they are going to have to find other ways of trying to get the better of this pair, and a stage win for them would do an enormous amount for them. Here we go to the men, and they've been going through Landsgrün and Feinland. These are lovely farms in this part of the world. Dry it is. This is the time of year. It is hot and dry in the Western Cape at this time of year. Vrymansfontein is waiting. They've, these are some fallow lands here, but harvest is over in these parts. Oh, yes, this is exactly what we've been talking about. Thick, heavy sand, and your front wheel digs in.
Well, it looks like, who was it? Georg. Georg went off the bike. Yeah, he had to, push through the sand, get back on the bike again, and then
spreads it out.
It spread it out. Yeah, it's so quick. Like, I mean, it's a flat road. You wouldn't think that you're gonna come to a dead end, to a stop here.
Someone stopped down below here,
It's
just
actually
very
mechanical.
quickly.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
chain came off, something in the drivetrain. But yeah, those are the moments. If you not in the right position and getting back to the front, maybe your partner made it through. He doesn't even know he is in the front group. You in the back there, catching up again to not let them go. It's a lot of effort.
Well, going to the front, as we saw him yesterday, Michael Foster of Pyga Eurosteel, and he's looking over his shoulder, and his teammate Peter de Toy, in that familiar style, is 2 riders back, just behind the wheel of Tristan Norkier. So the South Africans, emboldened by generally a good day yesterday by all the South Africans. I think the only team that didn't have a good day amongst the South Africans were Pyga Eurosteel. So they want to make amends with that. They've got Michael Foster, Peter de Toy, and Philip Bass, who's the man on the left-hand side there, and Jaden Turler. He's looking for Jaden at the moment, and well, best he does, because yesterday he lost him. We saw him on the top of the switchback, waiting for him. Not the situation you want to have at the sharp end of the race so early on.
No, definitely you can see that one South African team does well, the second does well. It creates such a dynamic within the South African teams as well. So everyone wants to get a glimpse from those guys at the front. They really try everything, and they also know they are the locals here. They know the trails very well. They want to give those international people a little bit of a go. And it creates such a cool dynamic, and it's good to see the South Africans team doing so well, being able to compete against the world best international riders here.
Absolutely fantastic. Just looking at the UCI women now and the Aramex women's race. So one team has also made good, steady progress up the leaderboard. Biking, because she might not have fallen nearly as hard as Annika Langveld, and yet Annika was able to get up and carry on riding and win the stage. Samara Shepherd, sadly, a fall and just in the wrong position, hits the wrong rock or route, and she's out the race.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of sections you can fall and nothing is going to happen. It's really just the sand or the dust that you hit. But yeah.
And the other thing, if you've injured your ribs, or so you can carry on, you can ride, it's going to be sore. Yeah. You cannot do anything with a broken hand or wrist. You cannot hold your handlebars.
No, it's impossible.
It's
so rough. Like even this road, like it looks all smooth on TV, but this suspension is going through a lot of bumps and little bumps, and then again the sandy stuff that you have in there. So it's a rough ride. Like it is fast. It looks fast, but it's definitely not a smooth ride.
Well, in fact, I think we can hear from Samara Shepherd, who was chatting to Max Kerr on the start line today.
Yeah, tell us about yesterday. We saw a crash on the district road. What happened on that downhill?
Yeah, it was a bit a stupid crash from me.
I crashed already on stage 2 and I have quite a painful rib. So yesterday I wanted to avoid a jump there and I go left in high speed on this slippery downhill and my front wheel just slipped away.
You 4 stages in, the big 4 stages to come. How are you and Rosa doing? Are you still loving it so much?
Yeah, we tried to enjoy. The last 2 days were not so my days. I struggled quite a lot, but we said we need to enjoy it here. It's amazing, and hopefully my body starts working again and we can push a bit.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
That not, of course, Samara Shepherd, Janine Verst, who had a crash, one of many who had a crash yesterday, and she survived, and that's exactly what we're talking about. She hurt her ribs, a bit sore today, but she's able to carry on there. She and Rosa van Doorn held their position in 5th place yesterday. They're in 41 minutes down behind the Toyota Specialized team. So they're growing into the race as debutantes here, feeling their way in and learning how to ride this race, which is key.
It's key, and I think yeah, sometimes you also see that someone having a bad day and then the next day they flying because the body just needs that extra bit of rest from one day to the other. So I have high hopes that those two girls find each other again and will find the excitement of it. It's a lot of single tracks. They're very good at that, and then hopefully also find themselves at the front group of this race.
So how are you feeling? You're standing on the start line after 4 days. This is day 5. This batch, this is very high up in the field still. So remember, the last batch will leave at 8:15 South African time. That's in just under an hour, in 55 minutes time. So those riders will be feeling the effects of yesterday's ride, bearing in mind that some of them would have been taken off the course, helped off the course by the race organization, who once they called the race off at 2:36 sent as many vehicles as they could up into the mountains. Benno was one of them to help riders off there. Torrid up there, it was hectic.
It was hectic, but so well organized. Hats off to the organization to make the call, and then how quick everybody got back. Like everyone was safe. Like I had 4 of the guys in my car. I think that was the most dangerous part of the Cape Epic for them, being in the car with me. No, we enjoyed the gravel road coming down, definitely. No, but you could see the guys, of course, you kind of like bummed for not finishing the stage, but at the same time, like we said earlier in the day, safety is the highest priority out of all. Like you need to make sure that everyone is safe, and at some stage you need to make the call. And again, everyone got down safe. The tent in the evening was full of people again. Reflecting on what just happened, of course, some of them, they had like 5-10 liters of water once they got to water, and it was a tough day out there. But yeah, we all know it's the Upside Cape Epic, and they're all back again. They're all back again in the race today. They were all looking forward again, and yeah, yesterday was yesterday. Today's a new stage, and you go in there and you enjoy more and more of those single tracks.
Just gone past the dam there, nicknamed Sandy's Party. Legend has it that a Pile Trails crew were doing some work along there, and they came across 2 tourists who got a bit carried away, and were enjoying the views and having some fun, and so they ran off into the bushes, left some clothes behind, and they were returned to them. Anyway, farmlands it is, all these beautiful farmlands. They have been harvested.
What up, Clay?
Have been used by
Catalyst.
the trucks, the tractors, the buckies
What
that
up, bro?
do their business here.
Even
So
I know
there'll
you're
be
about.
ruts, there'll be loose, sandy areas. There'll be a really hard line, perhaps some of them, and they'll all be fighting to stay on that hard line. So what's the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of these elite men ahead of today's stage as they are going around inside the first 10 kilometers? Let's hear from some of the main protagonists before they started today.
Jabir, here we go, stage 4, time to dance one more time here around the Tall Monument. This could be your day.
Yeah, well, look for opportunity today. But yeah, I think today is also a day to manage yourself again.
As you said, manage yourself. It can get to a stage where there's those split seconds where those decisions are so important. You guys were so good yesterday in watching the moves all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I think staying cool-headed is important in this race. also not looking for the race, but just riding it.
We've got a couple of similar scenarios to yes. Munich said the shorter the stage, the tougher it is.
Yeah, I know it's going to be flat out. I can see there's a couple of teams earlier on the rollers here. Tristan's doing some sprints, so go time.
Let's go, good luck. Nina, we're just having a little laugh here. It's so nice to be a bit cooler, isn't it?
It's not much cooler. It was a hot night. It's already 26 degrees, the car said, so it's going to be hot again, I think so. We have a bit of cloud, but let's see, it's going to be a hot one again.
We're going to the second half of the racing now. 43 seconds, 44 seconds on the GC for you. How important is that first 10 kilometers today?
Yeah, it's a bit of a flat a bit, and I don't know how much trail it will be, so I think it's going to be a bit hectic to find a bit the place, but I don't expect any big things.
It's the home playground of the two South Africans, Marco Jabé and Tristan O'Keefe. They know these mountains backwards. If today is the day to do something, you probably got to be quite sharp to watch them today on some of the moves.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to follow them. Already yesterday, you could see they know the trails really well, and yeah, if you get a wheel from one of them, it's pretty good. But yeah, they are in the overall almost 10 minutes back, so we are not so afraid about them. We want to make sure, hopefully we can gain a bit of time in the GC, or yeah, let's see.
A message to all the Scott Tram fans out there today?
Yeah, thanks for the great support. It's insane having all the support out here. It's really cool to race, and we enjoy it.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Lucas, we go into stage 4. We know the power, we know the dedication, we know the hunger behind Lea Tobia Speed Company. Stage wins on the cards now.
That's a lot of pressure now from you, but yeah, we have to see. I think with the 50 minutes gap we got yesterday to GC, I think it's definitely hard for us to come back. We have to be patient. I think today with a backloaded stage, making a move right from the start or right in the beginning is maybe a bit too risky because everyone is still too fresh. So and experience showed that after 2.5 hours, teams are getting tired, and I think it's worth taking a risk or worth taking a shot on the stage win. If we can, of course, we take it. We take the chance, but yeah, after this stage, we have to decide whether to go for the GC or maybe for a stage win.
We talk about racecraft. We talk about understanding when to go, when to move, how to move. It's difficult when you're racing against cross-country specialists, marathon specialists. You know, you're trying to find your mix. Racecraft becomes it comes from experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all of us, I think I can include all of riders here, are racing for years and years and years. And you just get that instinct and that feeling from just racing season after season. And even within the race, you have new competitors around you, but you get an understanding of how they look on the bike. Is it worth attacking now? Do they look tired? So yeah, it's nothing you're born with. I think there's an instinct you're born with, but experience is the key.
Good luck to your Gil today. Let's find the magic.
Thank you.
Interesting thoughts there from Lucas Baum and a few others. Nino Schurter-like. Nino saying you're not worried about the red jerseys. Their focus is the Italian pair of Luca Braido and Simone Avendetta, and so it should be. 43 seconds is that advantage there, so they'll be keeping a watchful eye on them. Lucas saying maybe after today they'll have to reassess and then maybe go for stage wins. They're not, in other words, completely ruling out the not yet the GC, but maybe after today with 3 days to go they may have to.
Yeah, I haven't seen them being very synced over the last couple of days. There was always one of them stronger than the other. They rotated around also in the time trial, but I didn't see them to work together as a unit just yet. There was always a little bit of like disconnection or whatever it is, elastic. Yeah, exactly. So they weren't racing as close together as some of the other teams here. But again, like if they manage to get synced and race as they did before, they always contenders for a stage win.
Absolutely. At the front here, BH Coloma and Matt Beers now has gone to the front with the two red jerseys behind him. Matt and Keegan Swenson in here somewhere.
I hope so. Definitely hope so that he's in there as well. Again, you try. Once you know and you realize that the GC is not going to be something easy to achieve, because it's not just adding time to it, you're also running out of time. Like, we only have 3 more stages to go from today onwards, so you're running out of time. So you're gonna try anything and everything possible, and you wanna give it a shot. See, you go until you blow, right? That's sometimes the only way to approach a stage win, perhaps. And we'll see how, and hopefully Keegan is in there, and Matt driving the pace hard at the beginning, hopefully getting into the single track, then he can come down with the pace again. Those guys, they all have their tactics, they all have their game plan, and if you got it right, you get on the podium.
Absolutely. They're going through Vreemandsfontein Farm at the moment, one of South Africa's biggest almond orchards here. Dates back to the 17th century, as they are now right alongside the R44, the St. Achterpaal Road, beg your pardon. And Tristan Norkier, all focused there. There's Lucas Baum, yellow jersey there, but Beers, on the front, deciding he's going to take the racing on today is Matt Beers. He knows these trails so well. He won the National Marathon Championship on a course not dissimilar to a combination of the two they're riding today, so he knows this very well, and so do the pair behind him. And he's setting quite a wicked tempo for the time being, and immediately taking on fuel. They're half an hour into the racing, and Beers taking on fuel for what will be a long day today. 3 hours 20 for the race winning time yesterday for the elite men. Similar, maybe a little bit quicker today. It's perhaps not quite as brutally hard as yesterday, and it's certainly, well, here's the hope that it's not going to be quite as hot today as well.
Yeah, but beautiful to see. As soon as Matt is at the front, no one actually tries to go another line or try to get to the front. Like, this guy can put a pace down like no other does. In those flat sections, look at this, like he splits out the bunch quite quickly, gets his gel in to make sure he can push this pace for another, most likely 10 kilometers or whatever. But no, it's incredible how strong he can be, and I really hope for Keegan that he is in that front bunch. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough.
Yeah, difficult to see if he's in there. They're riding right into the rising sun now. He looks over his shoulder, Beers, hoping that he's there. You can see him, his mouth open there. He's just trying to take in that gel. Another look. There's the red jersey, the yellow jerseys. Liet is there. You can just catch a glimpse of the William Victoria team in there, but no sign yet of Keegan Swenson. Well, the hive of activity as the various batches start shuffling forward to the start under that arch and set off on their journey today. Halfway through the race, it's a difficult day this because you look back and we've done 4 days, and you look forward, we've still got another 4 to go, so it does make it quite a psychological battle for all these riders today to try and get over the top. Nicole Weir and Janine Miller there from Bounce. They're the leaders in the Master Wims. They're looking very, very comfortable. Janine on the right-hand side there. There's a hydration packs nice and firm on their shoulders. That is the way to go to hydrate safely and securely all the way through the race here. So this batch heading off in around about 3 minutes time. The batches and the great grandmaster women is also setting out in here. Jenny Rongren and Martha Kukumur are our race leaders in that category. 1 hour and 41 minutes. They've got over Hannele Steyn and Lisa Tsepek. So there is a name to conjure with. The last line is Hannele Steyn. She's still in and still going well with a very strong partner, Lisa Tsepek, Anne Harrison and Jane Seggy also just behind them, 12 minutes behind them in third place in that Grandmaster Women. So you're asking what ages are these categories? Well, of course, the elite men's and women's categories. It's the professional licenses, the racing men and women. And then the open categories, 19 to 39 without a racing license. So pretty much anyone who's not got a racing license fits into that category. You and your partner, you are racing in the open category. Then the masters category from 40 to 49. That is masters men and women. They're in that racing for the NTT Masters blue jersey. The Grandmasters from 50 to 59, and the Great Grandmasters will be going from 60 onwards, anything from there. In fact, our oldest riders were 73, two riders from Switzerland riding at the age of 73, and you have to be turning 19 of the year of the race to be able to enter the race at the other end of the scale, the youngest riders.
Yeah, it's impressive to see the back markers, and that's something I love to do. Like when we stop here with the commentary, I walk around and I see all those people coming back to the finish line, and it's incredible. Like we sometimes so pleased and forget like the hassle some others are going through. I mean, we have the one person, the one man in there with the one leg pushing through. It's incredible, like, and then seeing all those faces and pushing so hard and still coming back and having a smile. I must say, they can be so proud, every single person in this race. First for signing up, then pushing through and still having a smile in their face. And it's also the dynamic of this race, right? You always have a partner, wingman, wingwoman on your side. You're not alone. And if the team has an issue, then there's another team next to you. So it's such a great dynamic within this race, and it's very unique where amateurs can race against the pros at the front. You ride the same exact course. You can, yeah, it's just unique, so unique in so many ways.
So away they roll from the start line and head off on their 80-kilometer journey today. Weary legs, but well prepared and well recovered, hopefully, to get through another tough day, but a wonderful day of riding the trails here around Paarl Mountain. They'll be going right into the cauldron again at the top of that mountain. It may cause some PTSD for some of them, because it is a memory of yesterday. That heat yesterday will come roaring back to them, but thankfully today won't be quite as hot for them all here, which is a really good thing. The race organization making a good call yesterday to stop the race at 2:30 yesterday afternoon. So back with our Aramex women's race. Alexis Skada on the front here. Her partner is Vera Losse. They're second overall on the general classification. And Rosa van Doorn, Buff Megamo just there as well. There is Vera Losse in the dark shorts and multicolored blue shirt and the orange jerseys. Just watching them. That's all they really need to do today, is just keep an eye on their closest rivals, and they are a long way back in terms of the general classification, 14 minutes, but anything can happen, as we saw yesterday with Annika Langfeld taking that nasty fall. Fortunately for her, she was all right and able to race on, but it could have been different. The red jerseys are there as well. Bianca Horn and Hayley Preen tucked in just behind the race leaders here, so nicely positioned as they make their way through the early sections here. Quite flat and fast this first section, so opportunity to open out, stretch the legs and get some kilometers underway. So let's hear from some of those leading women as they prepared for today's stage at the start.
Rosa, hot yesterday. We know that everyone's talked about it. Let's move on to the next stage now. How difficult is that first 10 minutes of the start with just the bunch of women all around you fighting for the single track?
From yesterday, you mean? Yeah, it was all fighting for the victory or for the first single track, but it's important to push your own tempo because it was so hot yesterday. So